Hello everybody. I wanted to do another video on an upgrade that we did, and I kind of wanted to report on it. It's not something that we use very often, uh, but we were able to use it our last trip to Key West, and I kind of wanted to give you a kind of an update on it. On our 26HE 2014 Winnebago Sunstar, we had replaced the headlights, and I had done that probably more than a year ago, I guess. And but we rarely used them. Now I put a relay in mine. My headlights come on like running lights. So the headlights themselves, when it's sunny out, you turn the engine on and the headlights come on automatically. You turn it off and they go off, just like more of a modern, probably updated RVs today already have that. Mine did not. You either turned them on or turned them off. That's pretty much what you got. Well, I updated the headlights and really couldn't tell how they done. I had them in the driveway and I lined them up off the garage door and stuff, and I wasn't really sure how they worked. But we went to the Keys, and we were coming from the Keys up to Fort Myers, and this was a little over 300-mile trip. And we got in kind of late. It was getting around 7 o'clock, roughly, is what we were doing, and it had gotten dark. Now, we went to St. James Island, um, and the road going out that way was pretty dark, and we got to use our headlights for quite a few hours. And I will tell you that they did a fantastic job. Not only did they light the road well in the front, but when we were in traffic, the side lights did a great job of illuminating the cars on either side. That was a great improvement, and I wasn't sure that I had them aligned correctly, to be truthful. Um, so that worked out. Headlights worked great. I can recommend that upgrade. In my particular case, was very, very good. I really think it made it great. The roads were a two-lane road. It was dark as Egypt. Um, and that was a good upgrade. So I recommend that. I'll kind of have a link on them. I believe they were, if I remember right, it's been a year or so since I put them in. It was a Ford Econovan was the replacement headlights. They were just an updated. Um, I like the style, looks a lot better. The light shines much better, and it has a LED strip around it, but it has regular incandescent bulbs, of course, are in the headlights themselves, and actually part of the turn signal. Now, it does have LEDs in it too, but it's kind of it's a mix of LED and standard headlights and turn signals. It does have LEDs in them, but it is a combination of the two. I will do a video on replacing them uh, down the road. I've got a plan to do that, so it wasn't that hard to do, but we'll look at that. I have another thing I'd like to go over while we're talking about the exterior and upgrades that have been really good. Our next upgrade that we had done now in the newer RVs, you have a lot of ambient lighting around the exterior, under the awning, out the awning bar. They have these lightings, and some of the upper end RVs have undercarriage lighting. So last year I had installed uh, upper awning LEDs, which I know a lot of people do, and I did it in an RBG so that you could change the color and stuff. Now I did my first strip I put up there. I wasn't happy with the colors weren't very good, so I recommend you buy good strips. Now this was the light strip company that I used. I like their lighting real well. Now I don't promote or get paid. I don't do anything on my RV to make money on it. I just give you my honest opinion of what I came across and what how I think it worked out. And so I don't have anything in the game other than just for the fun of RVing. And these are just my opinions. But I have done extensive work on most all of this. And I've done the work myself, so I know pretty much, um, if I put something together, what was good or what didn't work. And I'll be sure to tell you if it didn't work. But we ended up, we put three different controllers in. So we have the LEDs up on the upper top of the awning. I was able to slide LEDs in the bar at the end of the awning. Now these just turn white because the LEDs are so small, but it turned out to be a great thing. I fished the wire up through the awning fabric, and that turned out to be really good at. When you're trying to get ready for dinner and it's just getting dark, we can't quite see, and we would have to put the lanterns out and stuff. So we would end up putting those lanterns out. Now, the nice thing I like about these, you can turn them down. So we don't leave them blasting all the way up, except probably when we're prepping dinner or eating dinner. We get out eating dinner, and then after that, I turn them down really, really low. I don't like to disturb other campsites. I have mine split, so the driver's side is on one controller, so driver front. The passenger side's on another controller under the carriage. Now these are undercarriage lights. The upper awning's on a controller, and the bar awning, or the one on the end, but the bar at the end of it, when you roll it out, is on its own controller. So these allow me to change it, turn it up, turn it down, not disturb the neighbors. And this was a fantastic upgrade. We used it extensively. Remember when I told you St. James we got in late? Well, let me tell you, that was great for help set up. It was late. We turned all the lights on around the base of the camper. I was able to see everything, get all my hoses hooked up and everything. Another thing I can recommend highly is bay lighting. If you have the ability to install bay lighting in your bays, if you get in late, I mean, it's the thing. Or even if you don't get in late, if you're just going around having to get something out of the bay, you're not carrying that flashlight and stuff, the bay lighting's well worth to do. So I have pictures for all this, and they'll be there's some pictures and some videos of this going up and down. And you can kind of see the different effects. But both of these upgrades were fantastic. And I definitely, if you have the ability to do them, it's definitely a good one to do. All right, guys, if you get any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.